What the fudge Celsius crypto update. Brian Jung is laying it all out on what's been going on with Celsius, and it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Crazier and crazier. I've got some thoughts on some of his reflections and some of his ideas in this video where he talks about the markets as a whole. And yeah, let's just get into it because it's just getting crazier. Here we go.
So despite a stronger than expected jobs report, the US markets opened fairly neutral this morning with the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones all up nearly 1%. Meanwhile, today, Bitcoin is still on track to close out its best weekly gain since March. And in today's video, we'll cover everything you need to know about what's going on with Celsius and why a former employee is now suing them, claiming that Celsius has all along been a Ponzi scheme indeed. On top of that, we'll also provide an update on what's going on with the Voyager bankruptcy and why the FDIC is now investigating them. All right, so the global crypto market cap still sitting at pretty much the same rate that it was at yesterday at about $959 billion or a 0.16%
Bitcoin's pretty much going
over the last
sideways.
24 hours. Bitcoin still holding pretty strong right now. We're actually seeing it at above $21,000, up about 12.84% in the last 7 days.
Okay, hold it right there. So you can see that Bitcoin is up. This was a couple of days ago. It's since then gone down a little bit. Still, this is not huge. I mean, like it's 12% because of like where it was so low 7 days ago. But the truth is that Bitcoin is going sideways largely. You can see this happening right across the board too. There's like Ethereum is about in the same boat. Tether's stablecoin. USD is stablecoin. BNB, well, pretty much same boat. I think that this is largely being pulled and pushed by what's happening in the macroeconomics in the world. And I think Brian tends to agree with that because he's talking about the job performance and what's happening with the stock markets. It's unfortunate because I think that we've got such macro players that are now in the space. It's causing Bitcoin to pretty much walk hand in hand with what's going on in the stock markets. But anyways, it's really nothing to be too concerned about. But I find it interesting that a lot of people for the past week have been screaming for Bitcoin to go lower, saying it's going to go to 14K, but it hasn't happened yet. Still, this week, we got to wait and see. Let's keep going.
You'll also notice that Ethereum here is still up about 16% for the week at over $1,200, in addition to many other altcoins, still having a bit of green within the market. Now, ladies and gents, not much here with the crypto fear and greed index. Seeing the scale pull back just a little bit. We're at a 20, where yesterday we were at an 18.
Okay, hold it right there. So some of you may not know the extreme fear, the fear and greed index per se, as it's called. So you can see that everybody was in extreme fear for the past week. Last week, yesterday, the last month pretty much has been extreme fear. It's because of what's going on in the world. It's the sentiments. And I love it when we talk about this kind of indicator because it's talking more to the emotion of the markets rather than these dull numbers. I think that people understand feelings better than they do numbers. So this definitely is reflecting of the extreme fear. Truth is, though, it was much scarier last week. Last week it got down to, what's that, 11? Whew. Yeah, it's like the lowest ever. But now we're coming up a bit, so it's all good. I think we're going to see things, it's going to be pretty volatile for a while, so let's just hang in there. But you know what they say, when everyone's fearful, that's the time when you buy. So not financial advice.